My friends, I hope you guys are doing well. I felt called to I had a different plan for my day. I was gonna continue with zodiac readings, but then as I was getting ready to do the next zodiac reading, my guides were like, do a love reading, a general love reading. So that's what I'm here to do. And I want to see, this is like an energy check. So I want to see what's going on between the person on your mind and you, and you'll know if it resonates. What's interesting is the decks that I was called to. On the bottom of this black deck, we have endings. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. And then on the back of the tarot deck I chose, we have the Tower. So it feels like there was some sort of tower moment between you and your person, some sort of ending to bring about revelations. So I'm not sure who this reading is for, but Spirit wanted me to do it, so let's get into it. All right. So like I said, I feel like there was a tower moment. Or perhaps the tower is shaking right now. One more shuffle. All right, we'll cut the deck. We have kisses, unconditional love, and not showing true feelings, and not today. That's interesting. We have unconditional love, we have mask, and not today. So it feels like it could be that someone... That's interesting. Someone maybe isn't ready to have a conversation with you. You could be waiting for communication and maybe it hasn't come in. So let's see what's happening here. Spirit, what do we need to know for this collective? And keep in mind that I channel different collectives. So we have self-worth on the bottom. We have dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. And then we have coffee cup, meeting and conversing. So it could be that, I don't know if you're talking to this person, but it feels like something is going to come to light. There's going to be a conversation coming towards you. Meeting and conversing, and then dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light. So, and with the coffee cup, I'm almost seeing like something coming to the surface. And on the bottom, we have self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So it feels like you've been working on yourself and you've got someone interested in talking to you here. Something's going to come to light about this connection. So let's keep going. What else do we need to know? We have camera. So someone is reminiscing about you, and I'm not sure if you could hear it. This person could have made you feel like an option in the past. I'm not sure if you heard it, but when I hit record, all of a sudden I heard beeping and a truck backing up. And that was my first thought, like, oh, someone's coming back. So we do have camera. Whoa, my elbow just fell off the table. We do have camera here, reminiscing, learning from the past. So someone is feeling nostalgic about you. And this person could have made you feel like an option because on the bottom of the deck, we have keys on a ring. So this person could be, learning from the past that they shouldn't have made you feel like an option. That could actually be what's coming to light for them. And looking at this coffee cup, one thing my mom would always say to me is the cream always rises to the top. So it feels like, yeah, something is coming to the surface. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else do we need to know about this? We have separation. So this is someone that you could have a soul contract with. We've got soul contract on the bottom and we have separation. So it feels like 444 on the timer as I said that. And the fact that we have the tower on the bottom of the tarot deck makes me feel like divine protection, divine intervention. So if there was an ending, it was for your own protection, 444, in order to bring about growth and change. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So someone's thinking about you in separation, and it feels like their feelings are coming to the surface right now. I'm going to be interested to see if the shark card comes out in the animal deck. What is this dragonfly about? The dragonfly. We have heartbroken. So remember, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So something that's coming to light is that this person is missing you. They are missing you in separation. They're feeling lost. They're grieving you. One other thing that could be coming to light is the fact that they hurt you. You know, this could be someone who didn't realize how much they hurt you, but now in separation, they're having that realization. They could have been talking to their friends about this. Coffee cup. Have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation, twin flames on the bottom. So this is confirming the coffee cup card, meeting and conversing, surprise invitation. So it feels like out of nowhere, this person is going to ask to meet with you and have a conversation with you. If you're at a distance, you know, it could be a conversation over the phone. Twin flames on the bottom. I'm going to get one more for that. Coffee cup, clock. So this is coming in divine timing. There needed to be a separation here so something could heal, so realizations could happen. And again, surprise invitation or meeting. So if you live within proximity of this person, you could run into them very unexpectedly and end up having a conversation where it comes to light that, that it comes to light that they're feeling heartbroken and they're realizing they hurt you. Another thing is, remember how I said they could be talking to their friends about you? You could hear from someone before you hear from this person. Like if you have a mutual friend or a mutual acquaintance, it's very possible that that mutual friend or acquaintance mentions to you that this person, something comes to light about this person, or you find out that they've been feeling lost without you and mourning the loss of you. Maybe you don't think they are. Maybe you don't think this person is thinking about you. Maybe you're doubting it. Camera. What is this person reminiscing about? Camera. Interesting. We have hammer. And mirror. Oh my gosh. There's so many coming out. I'm only going to take the ones that are upright. So we have talking on the bottom. So this person is interested in talking to you. We have mirror. So right now they're reflecting about you and what you triggered. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. And this person is learning from the past. So right now they're reminiscing about wounds that were triggered within this connection. They're learning from the past. Like this could have been someone who was very triggered. Relationships that reflect our wounds. So this person, it feels like they're reflecting about how your connection made them reflect on some sort of wound they have, perhaps from childhood. We also have transcending obstacles, wanting a new phase, ascending, coming out with camera. So this person wants to learn from the past, wants to make new memories, preparing for union. So they are going through an ascension since this separation. Self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work. So they've been doing shadow work. That's good. All right, I want to see this separation card. So look at that. We have butterfly on the bottom as well for that camera one. Healing the inner child and growth. So something they're reflecting on, and that gives me Six of Cups energy, so childhood wounds. Separation, let's see what's going on in separation, or what caused the separation. Yeah, we have soul contract. We have passion, insane chemistry. So this person, even through separation, they still feel this passion towards you. They still feel this insane chemistry towards you. We also have soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. And you know, especially if you're twin flames, separation is part of it. And I think we've been programmed to believe like, oh, you're breaking up, you're just not compatible. An ex is an ex for a reason. Some exes are exes for a reason. But this separation is part of your soul contract. So it doesn't matter, like you could have, with that Tower card, you could have tried to delay the inevitable. You could have tried to make this work. But it's like part of your soul's contract here so that you can both grow and evolve. Let's get one more for separation. One more. We have healthy choices. So this, and look, Photograph, Missing You. And now I'm hearing the song Photograph by Ed Sheeran. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, wanting to make new memories. More Six of Cups energy. It's a Polaroid. Mr. Crow just confirmed it. That's a Polaroid picture. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. I can't help myself. So during this separation, they still feel this chemistry. They've still been thinking about you. And this separation, part of your soul contract, so that you could both start to make healthier choices, you know? So that you could both grow and evolve. Healthier choices when it comes to relationships, when it comes to addictions, when it comes to lifestyle. Making healthy choices, self-love, self-care. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Thank you, Mr. Crow. I love that crow so much. All right, so that's what we've got. Interesting. So now we're going to look at both of your energies really quickly. Let's start with animal cards. Ooh, we've got the peacock. I like the peacock. The peacock does talk about a renewal. Whoa. The peacock does talk about a renewal. It also talks about advanced level of self, acceptance of self and others. Interesting. April could be symbolic. The unicorn. So maybe you needed to evolve into a unicorn during separation. This is about divinity. That crow is going crazy out there. And crows are about, well, they're about psychic abilities. They are about intuition. They can be about protection, but also change and transformation. So let's cut the deck. Interesting. So the sea serpent was underneath there too, which is about healing emotional wounds. And a lot of times in twin flame connections, you can't heal those emotional wounds when you're in that tower together. So the universe kind of intervenes and throws you out of the tower. A lot of people try to delay the inevitable. They try to delay the tower coming down. And that's when the universe steps in and throws you out of it. We do have the starfish, which is very alluring energy. So you could be very magnetic right now. But this is also about reconnecting to your dreams. So you could have put things on hold in order to give to this connection when there needed to be a separation. This is about reconnecting with your dreams. Like, what have you put on hold while you were trying to make it work with this person? What did you put on hold while, you know, you were trying to make it work? Did you kind of put your needs to the back burner? Did you put making healthier lifestyle choices to the back burner? What did you put on hold for the sake of that tower? keeping that tower up. Interesting. So let's see. I'm fine. I had a few people, I don't know why I just said, I'm fine. Did somebody just say, how are you? Are you okay? I had a few comments yesterday. People were like, are you okay? You look so different. I'm trying to look different. They said, you've lost a lot of weight. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm doing it the healthy way. Protein, fiber, working out, weights. I don't know why I just heard that. I'm fine. Now I'm seeing Ross Geller. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky. So let's see your energy first. So this could have been your time to reconnect with a dream, especially with that unicorn and the starfish, which, you know, if you're a divine feminine, I don't know why I keep adjusting my camera. Which if you are a divine feminine, that's part of your separation. You can't go through that awakening and get on your soul's path when you are, you know, butting heads with your person. Oh, I totally forgot that the sabotage card came out, the working on it, the hammer. I totally forgot. I didn't even mention that card. It came out with reminiscing. So this person is reminiscing on how they self-sabotaged this connection. This could have been a connection where it was like on and off again. And remember, I saw Ross from Friends. We were on a break. So it could have been that this was a connection that was like on again, off again. No matter how much you tried to make it work, the tower always fell. I just wanted to mention that. All right, so your energy first. Show me the viewer. We have the fish. The fish. That's interesting. Pisces energy or water energy, but I get Pisces energy with this. So this is an interesting card coming out for you because you could have lost your... You could have gotten off course here, especially when it came to this connection. You could have got... How can I put that? Thank you, Mr. Crow. Do you hear him talking? How can I put that? So you could be someone who, like, for the most part, you believe in divinity, you believe in the journey, you believe, like, maybe you're well aware that separation needs to happen and healing needs to happen. You could also be someone who knows you have some sort of mission. And this fish can kind of talk about getting off course. So there could have been times where you tried to hold that tower together or fight the separation from happening. You could have felt like you lost your way somewhere along the way with the fish. Interesting. I'm going to get the book for that. The fish. Little fishy. Where? The fish is hiding from me. There you are. So restlessness, you could be feeling quite restless right now because there's nothing happening. It talks about slippery relationships. So this could have been a slippery relationship. Change of focus. So you could be called right now to change your focus and take your attention off of this person. Or even that was what was going on in the past, is that you felt called to, you know, maybe not watch as many love readings, maybe to focus on yourself, on making healthier choices. You could also, it says the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. So you could have found yourself feeling lost. You could have found yourself feeling lost or lost in the current of this soul connection. It also talks about the moon will soothe your soul, so divine feminine energy. So it feels like you were called to focus on yourself or to focus on being that divine feminine and to bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. So that's such a good thing too. Like you could have ADHD. But instead of setting goals that are, huge and feel out of reach and feel unattainable, it's a better idea to smet. Oh dear. The movie Hook could be symbolic. I don't know why. Instead of setting goals that are out of reach or seem like you're never going to be able to accomplish them, like, for example, I'm going to have 1 million followers or in a year, like that's pretty unattainable. Set small goals. Even listen to those crows. Even when thinking about like starting your own business or starting your mission, instead of setting goals like, I have to have 5,000 followers and I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I have to do all these things before I can even start my channel. Start small. Set small goals. I'm only using that as an example because that's what Spirit is giving me as an example of my own journey, which was I kept thinking like, I could start my own channel, but nobody will watch me. And there's so many tarot readers out there and I should really know everything before I start my channel. And what if this and blah, 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 blah. And then I got the advice from a reader, start small. So, once a day, do something small, a small goal towards whatever you're intending to happen. Kind of like with healing. You can't just say, I'm going to be healed tomorrow. Or when you think about doing shadow work, for example, or being that divine feminine, it would be great if we could just snap our fingers and be the divine feminine. But if you want to embody divine feminine energy, it does take, clear goals and intentions, but start with like looking up the different attributes of divine feminine energy. And then, once a week, work on one of those attributes. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? So set small goals. Like working out. I talked about this last year, and then I did terribly with my working out last year. But in my head, I was like, I have to work out like 3 hours a day, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. And it was so big in my mind that I thought, I'm never going to be able to accomplish that. And someone told me, you don't need to work out for 3 hours a day. Start with 15 minutes a day. It's better than not moving your body at all. Start with 15 minutes a day. You don't have to jump in the deep end. You can start in the shallow end and move slowly. However that's resonating to you. I don't know. Those are the examples my guides are giving me. I'm going to get you another card. But you could have felt like you lost your way on this journey a little. Or you got swept up in, people saying this journey isn't real, or you got swept up in your ego and fear. Let's get you one more card. I think for some of you, though, it's about your mission and possibly being a healer. And like I said, you don't have to start big, just take small baby steps. Before I did this on camera and like posted them, I would do readings and not post them. I would start filming readings and getting used to it, and then I would watch it myself, and then I wouldn't post it just to get myself going. So this one is definitely about healing emotional wounds. So I feel like you're busy healing emotional wounds. Perhaps some of them were triggered from this connection. That is kind of like the twin flame journey, is they trigger all your unhealed wounds. Wounds that maybe were laying dormant for a very long time. The other energy we have is interesting. We have the dolphin and the stingray, which I will get to in a minute. Healing emotional wounds. So the sea serpent represents the energy of expression. And I saw it, so I need to read it to you. Whether it's emotions, creativity, or desire, sensuality, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. So right now you're trying to make healthier choices. You're trying to, and that can go for relationships too. I know I keep interrupting myself. Imagine what it's like in my brain. The worst thing is sometimes I'm having a conversation already in my head, and whoever's in the room with me, I'll like say something, like they're part of the conversation, and they'll say, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, I wasn't speaking out loud. Sorry, that conversation was going on in my head. But this, right now, this is making sense. So right now, during this separation, you are meant to be being directed into more of a healthy energy with the sea serpent, healing emotional wounds, discovering your creativity, going after your desires. But sometimes you could, feel like you're in a rut, or you could feel, is this journey ever going to end? Or you could get distracted. Because it is a lot. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It's not easy. It's very challenging. Anyway, back to it. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. So that little fish, you could have got stuck in muddy waters. Isn't that a song? Or a band? I don't know. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our life, and in other places it floods. So this is also about expressing yourself without fear or shame. So you could have been someone, like so many divine feminines before they awaken, who had a fear of expressing your true desires, a fear of, maybe even with this person, you had a fear if you expressed yourself or put up boundaries that they would leave, and maybe they did. This journey is also about you learning how to express yourself. It activates your throat chakra, and that comes after the heart chakra, so that you can express your needs and desires, so that you can express your authentic truth, so that you can put up boundaries, so that you can share your voice and help others. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps around us in a gesture of protection. And I was talking about protection. Divine intervention 444. Whenever you see 444, know that you're being protected. So if something didn't work out, protection. And you could be reparenting yourself. You could have mother wounds or parental wounds, because this talks about wrapping around you like a warm mother's embrace. So you could also be reparenting yourself, healing that inner child. Oh my gosh, it did this to me yesterday. Every time I go to hit record, a song will start playing and a clip just started playing. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. So maybe you're learning how to love yourself. So the other two cards that came out, the dolphin and the stingray, there's a lot of water energy here. You've got the fish, the dolphin, and the stingray, all water, and the sea serpent, which is a spiritual card, but water. Maybe you're feeling emotional right now. There's no shame in that. Let it out. It's healthy to feel our emotions. I cannot stand when people are like, don't cry, stop crying, stop crying. It's so, anyway. So the dolphin is about a healer and about surround yourself with like-minded spirits. So you could be someone on this journey who, this happens to a lot of us. We awaken and then we ascend and we outgrow the people around us. And I don't mean that in a bad way or that they're less than us or we're better than them. That's not what I mean. But we vibrationally elevate and we do outgrow those relationships because maybe you used to talk about, I have a great example with my friend. We used to talk about how much we hated life and we used to complain and we used to be negative and we used to lean on addictions. And then when I awakened, I wanted to talk about magic. I wanted to chase feathers and look at that cloud and angel number. And we drifted apart because we weren't on the same energetic frequency anymore. And this can be a lonely journey because not everybody understands it. Even our friends can be judgmental. So the dolphin does talk about surrounding yourself with like-minded spirits, with like-minded people. And part of the way that you can call that in is by sharing your authentic voice. Be who you truly are. Show up authentically. What is happening to this reading? Show up as you truly are so that the people, the souls that are looking for you can find you. And I've met 2 lovely friends from sharing my voice. And we believe in the same things, so we can talk about signs and synchronicities, and I can send them, magical things, and they don't laugh at me. The dolphin, innately intelligent, and there's different ways to be intelligent. There's different ways to be smart. I always told myself that I was not smart. I used to put myself down. That's the message I was given as a child. But I am smart in different ways. I'm smart when it comes to healing. I'm intelligent when it comes to spirituality. I used to say I was street smart. I'm not book smart. I'm street smart. Anyway, when in balance, active healer, strong spiritual practice. So maybe, with that fish card, maybe sometimes, let's just talk about you. Screw your person. Let's just talk about you. Maybe sometimes, maybe you started out setting intentions and manifesting and journaling and meditating and doing all that spiritual stuff. Talking to your pendulum, talking to your spirit guides. Maybe you had a strong spiritual practice. And then, in my experience, what happened to me was that I'd have a really strong spiritual practice, and then I would get distracted by the counterpart. And when the counterpart was around, all of that other stuff just went out the window. I stopped learning about tarot. I stopped thinking about my dreams. I kind of put it all on the back burner. So that could be what this fish is about, Think about it. Do you know what I mean? Why do I keep asking if you know what I mean? Are you a Capricorn? When out of balance, underestimates own power. So you could really underestimate your magic. You could underestimate your ability to help others heal, to bring into balance like-minded spirits like me. I'm a like-minded spirit. My comment section is full of like-minded spirits. We should all have a party someday. We could make some healthy choices and eat some healthy food and talk tarot. So The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp, and isn't that the truth? And other human minds that aren't awakened can't grasp our gifts either. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play an important role in the wheel of karma that coming into contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. You are meant to change lives. And again, maybe when your counterpart was in the picture and you were in that tower that was shaking, maybe all of your spiritual practice went out the window. Or maybe when the tower fell, your beliefs went out the window. Your belief in divinity went out the window. That's another common thing that happens during separation. It was probably just a karmic. I'm probably just delusional. This is probably a crock of poop. This also indicates a profound blessing is on the way. Maybe some like-minded spirits that you're calling in. And it's important not to pretend to be someone you're not, because then you attract the wrong type of people. You know, as an autistic human, highly spiritual, I used to mirror people, and not in a manipulative way. I didn't know who the heck I was. So whoever I came into contact with, I would kind of, you like that? I like that. You like that music that talks about killing people and getting in the club? I like that music. Anyway, I think you get what I'm trying to say. If you pretend to be someone else or you're not your authentic self, how are your other dolphins supposed to find you? All right, so get yourself around some like-minded people, even if it's just online, even if it's just in my comment section. You can also look up in your area, like I was talking about how I looked it up here, and I don't live in a big place, but they have like a tea and tarot night once a month at some place. I can't remember where it is. It's downtown and I won't go downtown. I think you get what I'm trying to say. And the stingray, developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. You know, people always told me, you need to grow a backbone. You need to grow a spine. And then when I grew one, where'd they all go? So when in balance, eager and wants to grow, wants to elevate. Look at those chakras. Look at the alignment. When out of balance, quits. And again, no shame to you. It's common on this journey when things go wrong to question everything. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. The Stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. You are at a pivotal point of personal growth. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar. I love this card so much. And the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends can make the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the Stingray is too strong to ignore. You deserve to have confidence. You deserve to have a strong sense of self and to know who you are. Remember who you are, Simba. All right, let's move on to your person. Let's move on to your person. Now the song Hollow Bones is playing. I don't even know what that song's about. Show me their person. Show me the person on your mind. Whatever that was, it didn't want to come out. The shark! I knew it! Thank you, Spirit. I get excited by magic like all day, every day. That's always my reaction when something magical happens. Remember, rewind the video if you didn't see it. I said, I'm interested to see if the shark comes out of the animal card for your person. How can you not believe? The coffee cup, something coming to the surface. A truth that needs to come out. That can't be ignored. Doo-doo, it's looming. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Did anybody else hope for the shark in Jaws? I did. I did. I was like, those stupid humans are going in the water and then complaining that a shark is eating them. I'm sorry for anybody who's suffered a shark attack. I'm talking about a movie, though. I always felt bad for that shark, but anyway. This is also about their true nature being exposed. So this could have been someone who masked their true nature or masked their emotional wounds. And because you're counterparts, you triggered their true, like what needed to be healed. You triggered their aggression. You triggered the attack. I don't know. And it was too hard for them to, like, you could no longer ignore it. And now it's too hard for them to ignore. You know, you exposed their true nature in some way. And when I say true nature, I don't mean that's who they are. It doesn't define them. Our shadows don't define us. They only define us if we let them and we choose to ignore them and protect them. I cannot believe the shark came out. Love it. Love it. And we've got the horse on the bottom, which gives me Knight of Wands energy, even though it's earth energy. They have water energy too. The horse, you know, when they feel triggered, they run away. So you could have mirrored back or triggered their true nature or their wounds, not their true nature. I don't like that wording. And they could have felt weak and ran away from you. You could have been dealing with a runner here. And it's funny, this card talks about needing to meditate and work on strength training, like lifting weights or working out, because by doing that, it helps you ground, which is connected to your root chakra. And that's where the divine masculine starts, is at the root. The feminine starts at the heart, throat, third eye, crown, down to the root, sacral, solar. The masculine starts, oh, I've got a diagram right here. Look at this. The masculine starts down here. So if you've been feeling called to make healthier life choices and you've been called to work out and focus on being healthier, mirroring. And I feel like this person is realizing that they do run away or they avoid. And underneath that, we've got the cheetah, which is divine masculine energy. I keep seeing 411, if that's important to anyone. Maybe look up that angel number. April 11th could be symbolic. 411 is actually one of my kids' angel numbers. Whoa. We also have the camel, which is about taking responsibility for one's own reactions. This is very King of Cups energy, even though it's a fire card. It's about taking responsibility for your own reactions and not blaming others. So like I said, you could have triggered this person. They could have reacted like this. This card talks about reconnect to the why you start running before you start running again. So I feel like this person, what's coming to the surface, what they're finding out is, what were they running away from? What were they reacting to? Amazing. Amazing. All right. I love that that shark card came out. I called it. I called it. For anyone who's intuitive, Do you ever watch, like, I'm very intuitive, and I used to watch Bones. Do you guys remember that show? And let me know if you've watched that show, because I need to talk to somebody about it. But like 5 minutes into the episode, I would be like, it's that person. And my partner would be like, what are you talking about? We're not even into this episode. How do you know it's them? Like, who even is that person? And it would always turn out to be the person I said. It's them. Why can't I find this shark? That happened to me with the fish. I couldn't find the fish. Oh, Sharky. Revealing true nature. So when out of balance, sneaky and destructive. Self-sabotage, remember? To bring into balance, honesty. Shark energy takes over when we are hesitant to be honest, to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending, and we had the mask. Remember the mask? It may be tempting to continue pretending, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. Just like the stingray is encircling you. So there is honesty coming. When, I don't know. Let's get another card for your person, because you had 3. That's interesting. We have tiger. We have the spider. So I feel like this person is working on their stability right now, earth energy. The tiger is divine feminine. So your person could be balancing divine feminine, divine masculine energies, learning how to be more nurturing and compassionate, more warm, more caring. I'll have to look at what this is. We have the peacock. No way. So they often say when the divine masculine comes in, they come in peacocking, like wanting to show off their feathers, wanting to shake their tail feathers. We also have the hyena. And the hyena always gives me the energy of someone who hides their true feelings, perhaps behind humor and sarcasm. Interesting. I always feel like something about the dark side of the moon could be symbolic, or this person finally, looking at their shadows. So let's get the book out. But the peacock also talks about renewal. The month of April could be symbolic. I'll say it again. So what is this peacock about? Learning how to accept themselves, assimilator of anything. When in balance, confident and kind. Divine feminine energy, very kind. Confident. So in order for the divine masculine to come in, they need to be confident. They can come in when they're not confident, but it usually doesn't end well. When out of balance, can't digest situations. So this person maybe couldn't deal with this situation and ran. It also talks about an advanced level of acceptance of the self. So this person is finally starting to, I don't know why I said finally, is starting to accept their inner wounding, some of their shadows. Interesting. And then we have, what do we want to do next? Let's look at the hyena. I should know when I feel called to pull out the animal deck, it's going to be a long reading. So yeah, this person could be a bit of a jokester, crowd pleaser. But beneath the surface, there's something else going on. And when the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm or humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide things you feel? Are you using jokes or sarcasm to hide things you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? I'm telling you, this person, I feel like maybe when their friends bring you up or you come up in conversation, they probably make a joke and laugh it off. when truly they still have feelings for you. They're hiding their true feelings. We saw that card. To bring into balance sobriety. So this person could have been very charming, witty, fun to be around. But that could have been a mask, right? There could have been other things going on beneath the surface. It's also on page 123, which means they're moving into alignment, my friend. That's good. And then we have the spider. The spider. Creator of prosperity. So I feel like this person is working on themselves both financially and spiritually. Be process oriented rather than results oriented. So right now, and that's kind of why I don't think this person is rushing in. Because they want the end result. I was seeing in those cards for what they're reminiscing about in separation. They want to evolve this connection. They want to take it to the next level. Preparing for union. 333 here in the afternoon. So instead of, that is so interesting. They're focusing on the process, not the result, not the end goal. So, and what was your advice with the fish? To focus on the process, not on the end goal. That's interesting. That's some mirroring happening there. So it's like this person is looking at, like I said, they're building their foundation. And they're like, well, I need to reflect on this. I need to be more stable. I need to think about an apology instead of just rushing in like that. Remember when I said when the divine masculine comes in, they're confident. And I said, well, they can come in as the masculine and not be confident, but it won't end well. So instead of like rushing in just to get a result, this person is thinking about the process it's going to take to get you back. All right. So I'm just going to get a few more cards from a different deck for each of you, and then we'll get on to tarot. You know what? I just want to get one from this deck. So let's get a card for you. We have communication on the bottom and forgiveness. So it feels like there is an apology coming. Perhaps there's something that you need to forgive energetically. And I always talk about how forgiveness it does not mean what they did was okay. Forgiveness is not even about the other person. It's about the weight that you carry by holding on to resentment. So if you are holding heavily onto some resentment, it can actually cause a blockage. And I know I sound like a broken record, but I talk about how, when I started therapy and my therapist told me, you need to forgive your parents, I was like, what are you? No. They'll never apologize. How could I forgive them? And she's the one that taught me that forgiveness isn't about them. It's about me and the weight that I carry. And that in life, even if we can never have a chance to talk to that person, we need to learn how to forgive. It doesn't mean what they did was okay. It doesn't mean that we're excusing bad behavior. It doesn't mean we have to let them back in our life. But holding on to resentment only hurts us. And so many times when I've worked to forgive someone energetically, it's like a little while, and I use the moon to release. So I like forgive someone and then I write a release letter and all that stuff. Usually after that, when I energetically forgive them, I hear from them. But anyway, so I just want to get a card for you. Boundaries. Healing. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Remember I said boundaries I said it somewhere, with expressing your voice, putting up healthy boundaries, even the stingray boundaries. And look, healing. So right now you are healing, my friend. You're putting your heart back together through this separation. And we have boundaries. So it could have been that maybe you didn't know how to put up boundaries. Maybe you were unable to for fear of losing this person. So maybe the universe caused you to put up boundaries. And we have it gets better. Oh, I love this for you. It does get better. And look at those, look at the band-aids on the heart that you're trying to heal. I also feel a message here. If you feel like you're alone, help is on the way, dearie. Your soul tribe. It gets better. Love it. Let's get a few cards for your person. A few cards for your person. Truth. The shark. The dragonfly. Things coming to light, seeing the truth of the situation. Truth. Finally being honest with themselves. We have fire. This gives me 4 of Wands energy. Look at that. It gives me like twin flame 1111. 4 matches, 4 of Wands. And we have fear. Fear of commitment. Maybe maybe they had a fear of being honest with themselves. That reminds me of anxiety and ego. So they could have had somebody's mowing their lawn. They could have had a fear of being honest with themselves. They could have had a fear of this passion, fear of commitment. We have make. I have no idea what that card is about. Make. 3 stars. Make it right. Maybe they know it's up to them to, I'm thinking the 3 of Pentacles, so maybe they know it's up to them to spark something here. They could also have a fear that you're moving on. All right, let's get a few more cards from this other deck. This one. I'm just gonna get a couple. Oh, there's the hammer that I forgot to mention. So, a few for you and a few for them. We have take inspired action. So, mirroring. What are you feeling called to take action towards, not this person? Are you planning on taking a course? Have you been thinking about taking a course? Have you been thinking about starting your own channel? Have you been thinking about moving? Have you been thinking about booking a trip? Have you been thinking about starting to work out? Have you been thinking about starting to eat better? My old self is yelling at me right now. Like, my former self is like, you're a fucking hypocrite. So yeah, what are you feeling inspired to take action towards? Mirroring. I don't want to have to shut my window. Let's get a few for you. What do we need to know about my lovely viewer? All right, so we have masculine energy coming out for you, so this person could be on your mind, and we also have feminine energy coming out for you, so you could be trying to balance your feminine and masculine energies. We have both within us, and both counterparts need to balance them, and it's the masculine energy that gives you that drive to be that emperor, to know your worth, to know that you're enough, to go after your dream. That's the masculine energy. So maybe you're working on your masculine energy. It's also an indication that this person is on your mind. We have the dolphins. Peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication. So there's something about your voice. In tune with others, collaboration, joy. And you also had the dolphin animal card come out. So it's time to find your pod of dolphins. Like-minded spirits, remember? We do have the heart. Love, desire, joy, bliss, affection, fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness. And I just had that thing about forgiveness. Contentment, passionate, caring. We have the lily. Why are you mowing your lawn right now? Established, so becoming more established. Ambition, what is your ambition? Experience, sexuality, and I always say with the experience, if you're waiting until you're more experienced, maybe if you were like a heart surgeon, I'd be telling you, well, yes, wait until you're more experienced, but you can grow as you go. You can learn as you go. Sexuality could be symbolic, achievement, longevity, mature, career. So you could be very focused on your career or your development right now. We have the crow. Memories, remembering, mystery, magical power, a new event or happening, observant and omen. And we have the white wolf. Confidence, guidance, trust your inner knowing, believe in your power, like the dolphin said. Instinctual freedom, resilience, stamina. This morning, somebody was out mowing their lawn, and my partner made a joke. Better get out there and mow the lawn, because when one person starts mowing the lawn, they all seem to come out. Let's get a few for your person. Tending to your inner garden. Your person's energy. Oh, you're on their mind. Your person's energy. Your person's energy. Well, that's too many. I'll just stop there. So on the bottom, we have Phoenix energy. Death and rebirth. Catalytic heart awakening. The truth had the heart awakening on it. Rising up from the ashes. Total transformation. So they're phoenixing right now. All right. We have the lovers making the choice to transform. Within 4 to 8 weeks, something could be coming. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. In alignment. So Gemini energy, the lovers. Interesting. We have the elephant. The elephant's about overcoming obstacles. Lucid dreams, so they could be having dreams about you. Keep your wits about you. Powerful, wise, trust. It's also 13, death and rebirth, transformation. We have communication. Now I'm hearing that freaking All Saints song. You could write it in a letter. Either way, I have to know. Writing, communication, fax, email, records, news, memo, making contact. We have expect the unexpected in their energy. That is very interesting. So this could be unexpected communication. Maybe you're not I feel like this person, when they come in, they're going to be looking very different. I just heard shark attack. We have middle of the season. Purpose-driven, secure, confident, gets it done, stubborn, bold, brave, reliable, conservative, someone you can count on. And it says, now is not the time, which makes me think of that not today card. So until this person, that's what people sometimes don't. It's like what I was saying about the masculine. The masculine takes action once they're in that confident. The divine masculine takes action once they're in that confident energy. My plant just moved. So right now, like until they are purpose-driven, secure, confident, bold, brave, someone you can count on, it's not the time for communication. And I always say, would you rather have the Knight of Wands, or would you rather would you rather have the Emperor? You'd rather have the Emperor. Expect the unexpected. We have the Tower. Sudden change. Look, survival instinct, lust, upheaval, raw energy, sudden change, action, self-assertion, chaos. So I feel like this Tower needed to happen. And the Tower with communication is making me think unexpected as well. Could be on social media that they reach out to you. Interesting. What is... Look, hang on, let me get your cards. There's only 4 of these in the deck. There's 2 masculine cards, 2 feminine cards. I didn't get that many cards. You have these 2? They have these 2. No. Yes, they have these 2. You had these 2. So you're both balancing your divine feminine, divine masculine energies, and you're both thinking of each other. That lawnmower. Archer. Someone's getting ready to shoot their shot. Look at that. That gives Ace of Swords energy. Implementing a strategy. So they're focused on the result. No. They're focused on the process, implementing a strategy, not in a sneaky way, not in a bad way, in a good way. Because maybe this person has been like back and forth so many times, they know if they come in and muck it up, or they come in not as someone you can count on, the Tower will fall again. I'm seeing the 9 of Wands, the final push, like they know this is their last chance. So they're being very strategic, but not in a manipulative way, about what to do here. Implementing a strategy. On target. Wanting a new beginning. New perspective. So they have a new perspective. So maybe in the past, their perspective hadn't shifted. I need to go shut the window. As soon as I said that, they stopped. So my window's still open. Some people are like, we can't even hear it, but I can. All right, finally, tarot. So, we have the Tower, and we do have people falling from that tower. Look at it. We also have the Ace of Cups and the Dragonfly, which, remember, in the black cards, we had the Dragonfly, things coming to light, needing to work on self-love. We have the 2 of Wands. To me, the 2 of Wands can represent when you need to look at the patterns that have prevented you from moving forward. And then we have the 7 of Wands, which can be about boundaries. All right, so I'm just going to go right to your person. Let's look at your person. I'm going to go shut that window. All right. So I decided I want to go right to your person. King of Wands on the bottom. Could be dealing with a fire sign. What the heck? We have the King and Queen of Wands on the bottom. Counterparts. You could both be the same element, doesn't have to be fire. You could be dealing with fire sign. And we have the High Priestess. So I feel like just looking at this, it feels like this person is hiding how they feel about you. And you could be standing in your power or on your way there, Queen of Wands. And they know they need to take bold action towards you. But let's look at their energy. Show me their energy. We have the Nine of Swords. Oh, that's really good. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Eight of Cups, the Devil in reverse, the Nine of Swords. What are you? Three of Wands. Yes, that's good. Because remember on the bottom we had the Two of Wands. So something became stuck and that tower had to come down. The Three of Wands shows there's progress, there's movement, there's growth. Five of Swords in reverse is about reconciliation. It's about wanting to make amends. So right now your person does want to make amends. And they are releasing, walking away from self-sabotaging tendencies. That's the most important thing. Nine of Wands. I said I saw the Nine of Wands. So this person no longer wants conflict. They no longer want to sabotage this connection. The final push. Their last shot. They know they need to make it count, is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Saving Private Ryan could be symbolic, or the name Ryan. So Three of Wands, this person, there's forward movement, there's growth, there's progression. The Devil in reverse is when someone becomes self-aware. So you've got someone here that is more self-aware about their shadows, the things they need to work on. I feel like they are losing sleep right now. Nine of Swords, that's a lot of anxiety. They're thinking about this. Something needs to come to the surface. Remember the shark? And we've got the Eight of Cups. So they're walking away from something here. They're walking away from, I don't think it's another person. I think they're walking away from self-sabotaging tendencies. They're walking away from their shadows. They're leaving that old version of themselves behind. It's interesting because I said I heard my old self calling me a hypocrite. That's really good. The Devil in reverse can also be about, being more self-aware of addictions, toxic behavior, unhealthy patterns. And I feel like this person knows that you will no longer accept less than you deserve. So they need to make it count. I told you I saw the Nine of Wands. Let's see how they're feeling about you. I feel like they're losing sleep over this. Five of Pentacles in reverse, so they're hoping that you'll welcome them home. Four of Swords in reverse. Wanting to reignite passions. They feel like for how they feel about you, they feel Five of Pentacles in reverse, like you've made positive changes. They're hoping that you welcome them back. They're hoping that you don't reject them. They could have rejected you and you could be healing from that with the Four of Swords in reverse. But this is release from isolation. This is like wanting to not be on a break anymore. Remember the Friends reference I was getting? Release from isolation, reigniting passions. Hoping that you'll welcome them back. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So they could feel like you're still healing from their inconsistency, their hot and cold behavior. And the thing that some people don't understand is even if it's not their intention to be hot and cold and inconsistent, it does affect the person on the receiving end. Like yesterday I was talking about the silent treatment. Inconsistency, hot and cold behavior can cause like an emotional push-pull dynamic that actually can become addictive to the person on the receiving end. So they've compared it to sitting at a slot machine. And every once in a while, the slot machine, you'll win. You won't win your money back, but you'll win something to get like that, oh, I can win on this machine. I'm going to sit here and keep pulling this thing. And then you have a fear. You get attached to the machine because you have a fear. Well, what if I get up and walk away and then somebody else comes and sits down and hits the jackpot? They're not going to hit the jackpot. But it can actually have like an emotional effect on the person on the receiving end. You know, so this person could be figuring out that you've been healing from that type of inconsistency, hot and cold, up and down behavior. This person wanting to take action towards you, but again, they're focusing on the outcome, not just rushing in towards you. These cards were out, so I should just leave them. 6 of Swords, so wanting to repair a disconnect. Let's get another one for how they're feeling about you. Queen of Cups. Page of Wands, wanting to take inspired action. Your person has clarity about you. This is very telling. So Page of Wands, that is wanting to take action. That is, you know, clearly they're attracted to you. Wanting to take inspired action towards you. The Wheel of Fortune is underneath the Queen of Wands. So they feel like this is a fated connection. That they need to make adjustments and mature before taking action towards you. We have the Queen of Cups for how they feel about you. So they feel like you're focused on your own cup right now, focused on self-love. You're very intuitive, very healing, very nurturing. I just heard would make a good parent. Love it. And then we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, which is about clarity and wanting to take action. So they know what they need to do here. Now I'm hearing Frodo, but I am afraid to do it. And the 6 of Pentacles. So they do want to reach out. They have clarity about this, and they know that you deserve equal give and take. Queen of Wands on the bottom. Some of you could be in the spotlight somehow. They feel like you are very intuitive, High Priestess. They haven't been able to let you go. I want to see their intention. What are your intentions with my friend? 5 of Swords in reverse again. Making amends, reconciliation, not wanting to argue, wanting an honest conversation, I'm hearing. The end of conflict. What else do we have? We have the Empress here. So this person wants to nurture this connection. They want a new beginning with you. I'm trying to think of the words for the Empress in love. A committed, healthy... I can't remember. The words are being mixed up in my brain. This person's intentions are to nurture this, to care for it, kind of like a plant, but a healthy, sensual, committed relationship. Let me see if I got that right. Sensual, committed relationship. That's their intentions. They want to nurture this. They want to be a supportive lover. That's beautiful. It's also linked to expression. So this person wanting to express something to you in a nurturing way. And we've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. So that's an interesting one because this is about wanting to heal past wounds. This is about wanting to rekindle your hope for the future. 5 of Cups. Someone will rekindle your hope for the future. So their intentions... I'm getting that this person feels like you see them a very certain way because of the way they behaved. Like, let's say they behaved like that shark. They want to rekindle your hope for the future that they can be that peacock, that they can be that spider instead of that shark. Recovery from past wounds, healing old wounds. Their intentions are to communicate, express that they have a deeper understanding of what has happened and rekindle your hope for the future. Let's see what action they're taking. You know what's interesting is I keep feeling there's like something tickling my face, and I actually saw something the other day that talked about that. When you feel like someone's tickling your face, it's almost like you can feel it means the veil is thin, like you can feel the veil on your face. Does that make sense? Capricorn? So I feel like this person is in a very intuitive energy right now. Action. What action will this person take? 8 of Swords in reverse, wanting to show you a new perspective. We have 2 10s here. So 10s could be, 10s are symbolic of cycles coming to an end. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. So for actions, 8 of Swords in reverse is about new perspectives. So they want to show you a new perspective. They want to invest in this connection. 10 of Pentacles. What did that Lover's card say? 4 to 8 weeks for timing. This is 8 weeks. So it could be 8 weeks. 8 to 10 weeks. So let's say 4 to 10 weeks. Taking control of the situation. Coming out of no contact, coming out of separation, facing their fear, 8 of Swords. So right now they have anxiety about coming towards you. 10 of Swords in reverse is about reconciliation. It just dropped. Is about reconciliation. It's like they want to show you that they've learned their lesson and they want to invest in this. I'm just going to ask for one more for actions. 2 to 10 weeks could be very symbolic. One more for action. 3 of Cups. So 3 months would be 12 weeks. It's just getting bigger. That gap is getting bigger. 2 to 12 weeks, probably because it's a collective reading. But 3 of Cups is about reuniting. Maybe around a birthday, or they run into you in public. Remember we talked about that? But this is about reuniting. This is about wanting to have flow with you. 3 of Cups when it comes to relationships is about, it can be about friendship turning to romance, but it's also about a healthy, beneficial connection for 2 people, like so that one person isn't overgiving. So it could be that you do run into this person somewhere, or you hear from them on a birthday, or they reach out on their birthday. All right, I want one card of advice for you. Advice for you? What is your advice? We have the 8 of Pentacles, so keep working on yourself. 8 of Pentacles, keep focusing on your hobbies. Keep working on your business if that applies to you. 8 of Pentacles shows there's a renewal coming. That you will see the return of your investments. And on the bottom, we've got the 4 of Wands. So there is some kind of offer coming towards you. Interesting. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Keep working on your foundation. And we've got the Hanged Man. So if you want more confirmation, like you feel the Hanged Man is a sacrifice for love. Like you sacrifice being with that person in order for enlightenment, in order for growth, so that you can work on yourself, so that you can both work on your foundations, so that you can come back together. And underneath that, we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I just heard this too shall pass. This is just a pause. Hanged Man energy, it's just a pause. You've got a heartfelt conversation coming, Two of Cups. Two of Cups is about unity and partnership. This separation, this pause, this timeout. I always talk about how it's almost like the Hanged Man is like spirit coming in like two toddlers and being like, no, you need to go to your separate corners. And then Eight of Wands, rapid change, rapid growth. So I feel like this separation has brought upon rapid change and rapid growth. So there will be a period of waiting, Hanged Man energy, but it's bringing in union and a heartfelt, honest conversation. All right, I'm just going to get a couple channeled messages for you. All right, let's see. What does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? Okay, you've got one of my favorite cards, Fragmentation of the Soul, 29, comes to 11. So, counterparts have fragmented souls. It's where the light comes in is what I'm hearing. Significant trauma from past, irrational, unexplained fears, checking out in certain situations, overreactions to seemingly small problems triggered. I'm working on my self-worth. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. Were they consciously aware of that? Probably not. I did something similar in my life, and I was not even aware that I was doing it. We have critical juncture. Interesting, 55. Taking a big leap of faith. Major decisions affecting the outcome. Turning points that alter the course of evolution of this connection. I now know I have control over my life. No one is holding me captive, and no one is controlling my circumstances. I recognize the power of my free will, and I choose to be happy. Green light, look at that. Green light, go. We have spring could be symbolic, 97. March 20th to June 20th. March 20th to June 20th could be symbolic. We have juggling, having too much on their plate, dealing with multiple obligations at once, unable to make decisions based on confused emotions, 65. I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us and juggling my personal responsibilities. I need time and space to deal with everything. So you could have been, is that me? You could have been dealing with someone who had a lot that they were juggling. Like they could have been trying to juggle work, finances, their personal life. This connection could explain why they were showing up inconsistent. Interesting. I've already read it. We have in separation. Number 4, someone runs away. I needed to take a pause, Hanged Man energy. I needed to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and soul. And I'm not saying they're consciously aware of this. This is only temporary. I will eventually find my way back to you. And on the bottom, could be dealing with a Cancer. We have balancing, 38, remorseful through actionable change. So maybe in the past they came back quite quickly. I'm sorry, please forgive me, but didn't change. Wants to undo the wrongs and do right by you. I am happy because I have the opportunity to travel and see new places. Is that you? That was an affirmation that just popped down. Understanding what you put in, you get out. I'm trying to balance the scales of my life and of our connection. I took from you more than you were able to give. And I used you for my own benefit. I now understand this was unhealthy and unfair to you. I'm sorry. And we have Cancer 85. I was always so hot and cold with you, and I know that was confusing. Remember how I was talking about that? 414. I keep seeing 414 when I'm doing these, and that is, to me, that is an indication of Emperor energy and Temperance. So they'll come in Emperor energy and divine timing. Something just floated by my camera. Did you see that? Little orb? Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. All right, so I'm going to leave it here, my friends. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.